Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my fellow YouTubers. It is I, your host, Brooding Gamer, for a top 10 dinosaurs slash not dinosaurs slash anything I think would be cool in the game that would be good in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Now, of course, these ideas are coming from people in the past, a couple people in the comments, and some personal likes that I think, well, things that I think would look absolutely fantastic in the game. So, without further ado, let us begin with not a dinosaur, but it's a mammal-esque thing. It's ugly. We're going to start with 10. Starting off at number 1, we have the Listersaurus. Listersaurus is an extinct genus of the herbivorous, I'm going to try and read this, Dicenodont therapsids. I don't get gold stars today. From the late Permian and early Triassic epochs. It lived in what is now Antarctica, India, China, Mongolia, European Russia, and South Africa. This boy has been everywhere. 4 to 6 species are currently recognized, although from the 1930s to the 1970s, the number of species was thought to be much higher. They ranged in size from that of a small dog to 2.5 meters long. I'm not entirely sure how this dinosaur would last in the game, but it's not even a dinosaur, so I shouldn't classify it as dinosaur. But then again, neither is a Dimetrodon, and Dimetrodon will most likely be making it into the game too. So, I mean, it's not against the realm of possibility that the Listersaurus could be in there. So I think it could make a good addition. So let me know what you guys think. Coming in at number 9, we have the Megalodon. You know, that giant shark that everybody keeps modding into the game. Anyway, it is the Odotus Megalodon, meaning big tooth. It's an extinct species of the mackerel shark that lived approximately 23 to 3.6 million years ago during the early Miocene to the Pliocene period. It was formerly thought to be a member of the family the Lamnidae and close relative of the great white shark, the Carcharian Carcharis, or Carcharodon, or Carcharodon, however you want to say it. However, it is now classified into the extinct family of the Autodontidae, not today, Satan, which diverged from the great white shark during the early Cretaceous. It is the genus placement is still debated to this day, authors placing it in either the Carchol, oh my god, who does this? I can't read all this crap. My lord! This is because the transitional fossils have been found showing that Megalodon is the final chronospecies of a lineage of giant sharks originally of the genus Otodus, which evolved during the Paleocene period. Now, of course, having a giant great white shark in... Well, of course, we just kind of decided that it's not really part of the great white sharks. But having a giant shark, we'll go with that one, in this game as part of the beautiful range of deep-sea creatures that we have currently, I'm surprised that the Megalodon didn't get added in as a base creature, as we're lacking in the amount of sea animals we have, and of course we'll get more sea animals as time comes out. But I think a Megalodon would make a excellent addition to the roster of deep-sea critters that we have. So, plus, I mean, we've already got, it'd be great to see a Megalodon go and eat a great white shark from a feeder. It'd be fantastic. So, that is what I have to say about the Megalodon being in the game, so let me know what you think. Coming in at number 8, we have the Gorgosaurus, which is a genus of the tyrannosaurid theropods. It lived in western North America during the late Cretaceous period between 76.6 to 75.1 million years ago. Fossil remains have been found in the Canadian province of Alberta and the U.S. state of Montana. Paleontologists recognize only the type of species G. liberatus, although other species have been referred to in the same genus. I love the Gorgosaurus for a multiple of reasons. One, I've always loved the smaller theropod dinosaurs, and the first time I ever seen I had ever seen a almost said theropod. Almost time I ever seen a Gorgosaurus was at the Indianapolis Children's Museum several years ago when I was a wee little lad. I fell in love with the dinosaur. I don't know why. I do feel bad because the skeletal species that they have at the Indianapolis Children's Museum has 2 broken legs, so I'm not entirely sure what the absolute heck happened to that poor guy. But yes, I think the Gorgosaurus would fit in perfectly. I know some people think otherwise because it is too similar to the Albertosaurus, but it has been seen in Albertosaurus. It has been seen in Alberta, Canada at the same time. So it could be that maybe they could be the same species, just a different state, different age states, I guess you could say. I do think this dinosaur would be good in there, and I'm surprised it hasn't made it in just yet already. But yeah, I think we need more. Can never have too many carnivores, so I think the Gorgosaurus would be a fantastic addition to the game.
Number 7.
With number 7 now swimming in, we have the Sarcosuchus. It is an extinct genus of the crocodiliform and the distant relative of the living crocodilians that lived during the early Cretaceous from the late Hotterivian to the early Albian, 133 to 112 million years ago, of what is now Africa and South America. It was one of the largest crocodile-line reptiles, reaching an average estimate of 9 meters to 3.5 metric tons, but estimated to grow up to 9.5 meters in body length and weigh up to 4.3 metric tons. It is known for the 2 species, the S. imperator, is that south? From the early Albian, Erlhraz formation of Niger, and the oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry. The South Harti from the late, oh my god, guys, northwestern Brazil. Other material is known from the Morocco and the Tunisia, and possibly Libya and Mali. I'm so sorry. This is ridiculous, guys. Anyway, it is a very, very hard, not a very good possibility that the Sarcosuchus could make it in. But I was thinking if they made it into the toy line, maybe they could make it into the game. I highly doubt just because they make toys of it doesn't mean it's going to make it into the game, and it didn't make its appearance in Camp Cretaceous or in any of the Jurassic Park series that we know of anyway. It is a good chance that maybe it could make it into Jurassic World Dominion, and we just don't know it yet because they've done an amazing job at hiding it. However, I highly doubt that. I would love the Sarcosuchus. It would be the only crocodilian we have in the game, but it's, a well-known prehistoric crocodile that has eaten several of our favorite dinosaurs. So maybe it is a good possibility that could make it in. It's more of a personal choice, but who knows? Maybe time will tell.
Execute Order 60.
Coming up at number 6 is not even a dinosaur or even a reptile. It is the Inostrancevia. It's an extinct genus of carnivore therapsid containing the largest member of Gorgonopsians predator. It is characterized by the long saber-tooth-like canines that were in a large skull. The various species inhabited the European Russia during the Upper Tartarian and Russian regional stage equivalent to the Waki Pingin. I can't believe I'm doing this. Stage of the late Permian period by the Russian paleontologist Vladimir P. Amiltysky in 1922, in honor of the geologist Alexander Inostrancevia. And for God's sakes, these are always so difficult to say. Now with this, it lived somewhat around the same period as the Dimetrodon, and if the Dimetrodon can make it into the game and even the movie series, I really do feel that there's no reason why the Inostrancevia can't as well. It has always been my favorite of these animals from this time period ever since, what was that? Oh my god, Primeval. Was it Primeval? Came out. I loved it when it fought the future predator. I thought it was really cool. But I always thought this particular animal was just a very interesting animal indeed and needs to be in the game. I mean, if the Dimetrodon and even the Listersaurus can make it in, I don't see why the Inostrancevia can't. I'm just... God, we are halfway through, and I'm really tired.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5.
Coming in at number 5, we have the Archaeopteryx, sometimes referred by its German name, Urvogel, or Urvogel. I'm not even going to attempt to try and do it in German, just sound angry. It is a genus of bird-like dinosaur. The name derives from the ancient Greek, not sure how to even say that, meaning ancient, and another word I'm not going to begin to say, meaning feather or wing. Between the late 19th century and the early 21st century, Archaeopteryx was generally accepted by the paleontologists and popular reference books as the oldest known bird. But unfortunately, that has changed. Now we have older potential avians that have since been identified, including the Anchiornis, the Zhaotingia, I believe that's how it's said, and the Aurorinus. That sounds more like a Pokemon. This would be a kind of a off-the-wall species here because we're not entirely sure if it could fly or not, so we wouldn't know if it would be in an enclosure alongside with compies, because it was about the size of a crow to what we have knowledge-wise. Or it could be in an aviary, but we don't know for sure because we don't know if it flew or if it could fly, however, past tense here. So I guess it would really be up to Frontier on how they would want to go about this. It could be a flyer, or it could just be something that would run around and exhibit and look pretty. But since we are now introducing animals with feathers in the series, thanks to the Therizinosaurus and a few other dinosaurs like Pyroraptor, it's not against the realm of possibility, that has been said way too much in these series, that we could very well use this in our newest parks. Let me know what you guys think below. If you couldn't tell, we're starting with number 4 now, the Basilosaurus. It is a genus of large predatory prehistoric Archaeocete whale from the late Eocene period, approximately 41.3 to 33.9 million years ago. First described in 1834, it was the first Archaeocete, don't make me keep saying that word, and prehistoric whale known to science. Fossils attributed to the type of species B. cetiodis, I don't even know how to say that, were discovered in the United States. They were originally thought to be an ancient reptile, hence the suffix saurus, ancient Greek for lizard. See, now that one I could read. The animals were later found out to be early marine mammals, which prompted attempted at renaming the creature, which failed, as the rules of zoological rules dictate that using the original name given, fossils were later found to be the second species, B. Isis, in 1904 in Egypt, Western Sahara, Morocco, Jordan, Tunisia, and Pakistan. Basilosaurus has possibly a record in Sunmore Island in Antarctica as well. Now, if you couldn't tell by that horribly read description there, I am having... The more I do this, the more it just kind of blends together and sounds horrible. It is, of course, not a reptile, but indeed a mammal. But there is nothing wrong with having this prehistoric beastie in the water, in our aquariums, or in our, however you want to say it, our lagoons. I think it would be a fantastic addition to the game. I think it would go great for those who want to recreate walking with dinosaurs or walking with monsters. That seems to be the expansion that I'm creating here, is walking with monsters. Having that alongside with other creatures such as the Plesiosaurus or the Crocodile, or even the Lipleurodon. Lipleurodon was the one that wanted to come out of my head but wasn't coming out. I think it would be a fantastic addition. I think it would be interesting to see a prehistoric whale in the game. And I mean, well, let's be honest, it's Basilosaurus. It's off the wall, it's weird, and I think it'd be pretty dang cool.
Oh, okay, number 3!
Coming in at number 3, we have the Diabloceratops. It is an extinct genus of centrosaurine ceratopsian dinosaur that lived approximately 79.9 million years ago during the latter part of the Cretaceous period in what is now Utah in the United States. Diabloceratops was a medium-sized, moderately built, ground-dwelling quadrupedal herbivore, wow, that was a mouthful, that could grow up to an estimated 5.5 meters long. At the time of its discovery, it was the oldest known ceratopsid and first centrosaurine known for latitudes south of the U.S. state of Montana. The generic name of Diabloceratops means devil-horned face. coming from the Diablo, Spanish for devil, and Ceratops, Latinized Greek for horned face. The specific name honors Jeffrey Eaton, a paleontologist at Weber State University, a longtime friend of the lead author Jim Kirkland, not Kim. Eaton had been a big role in establishing the Grand Staircase Escalate National Monument where the specimen was found. The type species Diabloceratops eatoni was named and described in 2010 by James Ian Kirkland and Donald Debliau. I think that's how it's said. I think it's French. Now, with the Diabloceratops, I am honestly very shocked that it has not made its way into the game yet, or even into the series. I believe it's made it into the toy line, but it has not made it into a main series game. I don't even think it's made it into the online games just yet. But Diabloceratops looks absolutely cool. I love the horn style on its crest, and I think that it would look absolutely amazing mixed in with some of the other animals within the park. I think it could come up with quite a few really good skins that could come with it, and I really think that Frontier could have a good spin on this the style of this particular Ceratopsian. I'm surprised we haven't had it yet. I really do hope in the near future that we do get it, maybe in one of those themed packs like they used to do with the Herbivore pack and the Cretaceous pack and all that junk. I think it'd be really cool. I want to see it, so let me know what you guys think.
Number 2.
Making its way into number 2 is the Concavenator, the famous Concavenator that should have been in this game, I don't know, last movie when it was seen in the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Museum of the Lockwood Museum. It is an extinct genus of theropod dinosaur that lived approximately 130 million years ago during the early Cretaceous period. The type species is C. corcovatus. The Concavenator corcovatus means Cuenca hunter with a hump. The fossil was discovered in Las Hoyas fossil site of Spain by paleontologists Jose Luis Sanz, Francisco Ortega, and Fernando Escaso from the Autonomous University of Madrid in the National University of Distance Education. Of course, most people have been really requesting this dinosaur. In fact, it is a complete shock, and I have said this about quite a few things at this point, but a complete shock that it has not already been added to the list of dinosaurs, even in the last game. As you can see on screen, it did show its, guess you could say its face. It was a statue in Lockwood's little personal museum, but the fact that it showed up in that and still hasn't appeared in the movie or in the games yet, or even in the movies as an actual dinosaur, really throws me for a loop. I thought this guy would have made it in by now, but maybe that's just coming up here very soon. I guess we can only keep our fingers crossed that this guy will be stomping his way into our parks at any time now. It's just really, again, it's confusing that he has already made it in, and I feel like I'm just kind of repeating myself over and over. So I guess we should go ahead and get ready to move on to our last dinosaur. Coming in at our final dinosaur that we want to see in the game, it is the Rajasaurus or Rajasaurus. I like Rajasaurus better. It is a genus of carnivorous abelisaurid theropod dinosaur from the late Cretaceous of India. Containing one species, Rajasaurus namardinus, the bones were excavated from the Lamenta Formation in the Gujarat state of western India, probably inhabiting what is now the Narmada River Valley. It was formally described by paleontologist Jeffrey A. Wilson and colleagues in 2003 based on the partial skeleton comprising of the brain case, spine, hip bone, legs, and tail, a first for an Indian theropod. The dinosaur likely measured 6.6 meters and had a single horn on the forehead, which was probably used for display and headbutting. Like other abelisaurid, Rajasaurus was probably an ambush predator. Now, this is a dinosaur that I just recently saw on the Jurassic World Dominion toy line that is coming out, and I really hope to pick one of those up when that gets released. But I think that the Rajasaurus, I'm going to say Raja because I like that better. Sounds like Baja Blast. So anyway, we are going to hopefully see this dinosaur appearing in the game with it'll probably be after the Dominion DLC by far, because that'll probably be our next DLC. But I really was wondering if you guys would care to see it. To me, it kind of looks a little too much like Majungasaurus, but maybe they can design the Majungasaurus and the Rajasaurus to be a little different from each other. I'd say they're probably about the same size, not from the same location, though. So, I don't know. Maybe they could have their own little spin on it. Maybe make it a little like the toy line, because sometimes they're creating toy lines to look a lot like the dinosaurs from the game, as the Carcharodontosaurus. They really took that away from Jurassic World Evolution. So maybe they could, flip that on its head and go based off of the figure for once. So that is the last of our dinosaurs, or our animals that we hope to see in the game. And this is probably the longest top 10 I've ever made. I think it'd be the whole whopping second top 10, not counting the video that I did a long time ago on the channel before I had to do the spring cleaning, I guess you could call it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys agree, and even if you disagree, please, by all means, let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to see. If there was any dinosaurs that I covered, or any animals that I covered that you guys agree with, or anything that I did not cover that you guys say, hey, wait a minute, now you should have mentioned this. Or even if you guys just want to bash on my horrible pronunciations, because Lord knows I have no idea how to pronounce 90% of these things. Let me know if there was anything in there that I was incorrect about with information. I got all my information off Wikipedia just to have things on here so you guys could know, because I don't want to sit here and babble on for 20 plus minutes on animals that I would like to know more about anyway. So I did the best I could. I apologize for the horrible pronunciations of all these things. And I apologize that this video is actually one of the loudest I've ever done, because 9 times out of 10 I'm usually recording at like 2 or 3 in the morning and then having to be quiet and then talk like this. And instead of, being able to enunciate, be loud, be boisterous like I should be. So I'm going to be done rambling on here. Please subscribe if you enjoy the video and like to see more. Please like the video so that way we can get some recognition. We are currently sitting at 45 subscribers. We were at 46. Now we're back to 45. Let's reverse that. And let's skyrocket. Let's see if we can get this channel to the 1200 mark where it was before. Thanks to you folks. We can do it again. I hope we can do it again. I believe we can do it again. There is no hope. We can do it again. Alright, thank you all for watching. Hope to see you all in the next video. This is Brooding Gamer, signing out.
Mm-hmm.